Hi everybody, my name is Elizabeth Magnussen, and this week we're going to be reading a book called Ready, Set, Throw, and it's a story about being a good sport. Ready, Set, Throw by Jacqueline A. Ball. Briar Rose swept a pile of dust and crumbs out the door. "I think I'll go for a walk," she said. "It's such a calm day after that windy night." "That sounds nice, dear," said her Aunt Flora. "Bring back some pecans and I'll make a pie," called her Aunt Fauna. "Don't be too long," added her Aunt Merriweather. Briar Rose said, thinking about Merriweather's delicious pecan pies. She soon reached a small stream. In it, she saw a snail family clinging to a leafy twig. "The wind must have blown you into the water," Briar Rose said. "Here, let me help." She plucked the branch from the water and set it down. "Hurry home," she told the snails. Then she giggled. Hurry as fast as snails can go." Something furry raced by, brushing her skirt. Briar Rose looked down as two squirrels leaped across the stream. As she watched, they scampered up a tree and disappeared down a hole. Soon the squirrels were back at it again. Briar Rose followed the squirrels to a place where pecans lay in a thick carpet on the ground. Quickly, she filled her basket, but she saw that the squirrels had to run back and forth with nuts stuffed into their cheeks to fill their hole. "Oh my," she told them. "It's going to take you all day to gather nuts. I wonder if I can help." Briar Rose looked at the squirrel's hole, then she picked up a nut and threw it at the hole. It landed in front of the tree. She said. "I'll bet I can do better." She took aim and threw again. This time the nut sailed right into the hole. Surprised and pleased, she tossed another nut. It went into the hole too. Briar Rose clapped her hands. Then she counted out 5 more nuts. 2 missed, but 3 went in the hole. "This is fun," she exclaimed. "And the more nuts I throw, the fewer the squirrels have to carry." Just then her Aunt Flora came along. "You've been gone quite a while, dear." "Sorry," said Briar Rose. "I was playing a game and lost track of time." "What kind of game?" asked Flora. "Try to toss the pecans into that hole," Briar Rose said, pointing to the squirrel hole. "It's fun." But Flora threw too hard, and her nuts flew past the tree. "I'm not very good at this game," she sighed. "Don't give up, Aunt Flora," Briar Rose said. "Just do your best." Flora took a pecan, aimed, and then threw more gently. The nut flew into the hole. "Good for you," exclaimed Briar Rose. Aunt Merriweather came bustling along. "I was starting to worry," she said. "What are you two doing?" "We're helping the squirrels," Briar Rose replied. "And having fun," added Flora, as Briar Rose counted 5 nuts. "Come and play." "If only I could use my magic," Merriweather thought. Briar Rose's aunts were really fairies. They were secretly raising Briar Rose, who was actually the Princess Aurora. To keep their secret safe, they couldn't use magic. "Here goes," Merriweather said. "Oh no," she muttered. Her nut had dropped into the stream. She tried again and again, but couldn't reach the hole. "Don't give up," encouraged Briar Rose, as Flora handed Merriweather 5 more nuts. Merriweather picked a pecan. She closed one eye and took careful aim. Then she threw as hard as she could. This time, the nut sailed right into the hole. "Hooray!" cried Flora and Briar Rose. Just then, Fauna strolled over to the group. "Goodness," she said. "I couldn't imagine what was keeping everyone." "We're playing a game," explained Merriweather. "Join us." "It's a wonderful game," Flora said, but Fauna said, "I'll just watch for a while." The others went back to their game. This time, Briar Rose got all 5 nuts into the hole. Flora got 4 out of 5 in, and Merriweather got 3 out of 5 in. "You're both doing so much better," Briar Rose said, complimenting them. "This is so much fun," said Flora. Fauna couldn't stand it any longer. "I think I'll play after all," she said. "Wonderful," said Briar Rose. Fauna threw as hard as she could. The nut zoomed over the stream. Birds dodged out of its way as it bounced off a branch, thumped against a rock, then flew right into the squirrel's hole. "My goodness," exclaimed Briar Rose. The other 2 aunts clapped heavily. "That was so fun," said Fauna, jumping up and down. "I want to try again." "But it's my turn," Flora objected. "Oh, very well," she agreed, seeing Fauna's excitement. Fauna hardly heard her. She picked up her green skirt and got down on one knee. She looked right, then left, then she rubbed a pecan between her palms. "Fauna, just throw it," Merriweather said impatiently. Again the nut bounced, thumped, and landed in the hole. "Yes," Fauna cried, "my trick shot worked." "More like a lucky shot," grumbled Flora. Excitedly, Fauna took a nut from Flora's pile. "That's my pile," complained Flora, "and you're in my way." "Oh, sorry," said Fauna. She stepped aside and bumped into Merriweather. "Now you spoiled my shot," complained Merriweather. I didn't do it on purpose, Fauna protested. Yes, you did, Flora chimed in, and you ruined my shot, too. Briar Rose watched her aunts in dismay. They had been having so much fun, and now suddenly everyone was angry. What would a princess do? We were having fun and helping the squirrels, Briar Rose reminded her aunts. Remember, that's what's important. All of you tried your best, and it showed, she said. You should all be proud of yourselves and happy for each other. I'm sorry, Merryweather said. I was jealous of you for that fancy shot, Fauna. I was too, admitted Flora. I'm sorry. Well, I shouldn't have bragged, and I shouldn't have been in your way, said Fauna. It was getting late. Everyone went to work picking up the rest of their pecans. Briar Rose and her aunts filled their baskets and made sure the squirrel's hole was filled too. Then they went back to the cottage. Aunt Merryweather had enough pecans to bake 2 pies. Soon everyone was full of pie and piping hot tea. How did you do that shot, Fauna? Flora wanted to know. It's easy, Fauna said, jumping up. I'll show you. She grabbed an egg and started to wind up. No, everyone shouted at the same time, ducking for cover. Let's save it for another game, said Briar Rose with a smile. The end. And I just wanted to ask you guys, so this was about being a good sport and helping each other out and being very generous to those around you. I was wondering how you guys are generous and what you guys can do to be good sports around you and around your classmates.